Please! 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 Please!
A family is holding a viewing for a mother of four who was shot and killed last week. 32-year-old Courtney Reese died last Tuesday near Cleveland Avenue. Her viewing is set for this afternoon in Forest Park. Courtney died just months after her sister was killed in DeKalb County. Police identified a suspect in Courtney's death while serving murder warrants.
Please go. Please! Her voice cracks with terror. 10 gunshots rip through the darkness. A mother of four collapses on her neighbor's porch, gasping for air. Inside the house, her children, 13, 11, 9, and 6 years old, are frozen in fear, listening to the worst sound they'll ever hear, their mother's last breath. This is August 20th. The woman dying on that porch is 32-year-old Courtney Reese. The man who just shot her is her ex-boyfriend, Derek Rankins. He's 33 years old. This wasn't some argument that got out of hand. This wasn't an accident. This was revenge. You see, Courtney had found out something about Derek. Something he didn't want anyone to know. And when she told people what she'd discovered, Derek decided she had to die. But before we get into what happened that night, I need you to do something. If you want to hear the rest of this story, hit that like button right now. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss cases like this one. Trust me, you're going to want to see where this goes. Now, let me tell you who Courtney really was. Courtney was a single mom living in Conyers, Georgia. She had 4 kids, and she was raising them all by herself. She worked hard every day to make sure they had what they needed. She was involved in everything they did, school, activities, all of it. Courtney wasn't just liked, she was loved. Everyone who knew her talks about her smile, her laugh, the way she made people feel. She was that friend who cheered you on no matter what. The one who'd cook a meal and invite everyone over. The one who made sure nobody felt left out. She had that special something. But 3 months before Courtney was killed, something terrible happened to her family. In May, Courtney's younger sister Symmetria was shot and killed. It happened at a family gathering, at someone's repass. A repass is the gathering people have after a funeral. Symmetria wasn't even the target. It was a stray bullet, just random, senseless violence that took her life. Courtney's father, Travis, was heartbroken. He'd just lost one daughter. He had no idea that in exactly 3 months, he'd be burying another one. After Symmetria died, Courtney made a decision. She was going to change her life. She was going to cut off anything and anyone that could bring danger to her or her kids. She'd already lost her sister to gun violence. She wasn't going to let anything else put her family at risk. Part of that decision meant ending her relationship with Derek Rankins. Derek had just gotten out of jail, and according to people claiming to be Courtney's family on social media, Derek had been on Instagram looking for her. His username was something like Big Derek. He was actively searching for Courtney. He needed to find her. But why was he so desperate to find her? Because Courtney had discovered something about Derek, something he'd been hiding. According to her family members who spoke out online, Courtney found out that Derek was secretly involved with other men. He was identifying as straight in public, but that wasn't the full truth. When Courtney found this out, she quietly ended the relationship. But here's the thing. She didn't keep it to herself. She told her friends what she'd discovered. And word got back to Derek. One of Courtney's cousins posted online, frustrated with all the rumors going around. They said, "Y'all are talking about things you don't know. Dude got caught having sex with another man. My little cousin exposed him. He was her boyfriend." Derek couldn't handle the fact that people knew. He couldn't live with the shame, the judgment, whatever was going through his mind. And instead of dealing with it, instead of just moving on with his life, he decided Courtney had to pay. So on that August night, Derek found her, and he made sure she would never tell anyone anything ever again. It was supposed to be just another quiet night on Springside Drive in Atlanta. Families were settling in for the evening. Kids were getting ready for bed. Everything was normal, peaceful. Then, at 9 p.m., gunfire shattered everything. Neighbors called 911 immediately. When Atlanta police officers arrived at the scene, they found Courtney lying on the ground outside, bleeding from multiple gunshot wounds. They tried everything they could to save her, but it was too late. Courtney Reese, the woman who was known for her bright smile and loving spirit, was gone. The next day, something crucial came to light. A neighbor came forward with footage from their Ring camera. It was only 27 seconds long, but it captured the entire murder. The video showed Derek Rankins firing 10 shots at Courtney. And here's the part that's hard to wrap your head around. Even after Courtney had collapsed to the ground, completely defenseless, Derek kept shooting. Point blank. He showed no mercy, no hesitation. Then he ran off into the darkness, leaving Courtney bleeding out on that porch. But think about this for a second. While all of this was happening outside, Courtney's 4 children were inside the house. They heard everything. The screaming, the gunshots, their mother begging for her life, her final gasps for air. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine being a kid and hearing your mom being killed just outside your door? That's a kind of trauma that never goes away. The neighborhood where Courtney had felt safe, where she was raising her kids, was now a crime scene. Courtney's older sister, Lena, was completely destroyed. She posted on social media, and her words are heartbreaking. She said, "I just want my sister back. I can't stop driving and crying. That video, hearing her plead to that monster and gasping for her last breath. I just keep replaying it. I don't want to talk to anyone. I don't want to be around anyone. I just want to curl up and cry all day." She talked about how Courtney had called her just the day before. They were laughing and talking about something that was happening downtown. But Lena had to cut the conversation short because she was at work. She told Courtney she'd call her back later. Lena wrote, "If I had known yesterday was going to be the last time I'd talk to her, I would have stayed on the phone longer. But I told her I was at work and I'd call her back once my store cleared. Lord Jesus, why?" That's the pain right there. A sister who will never get another phone call. A sister who has to live with the fact that their last conversation was cut short because of work. And their father, Travis Edwards? He'd just buried his daughter Simetria 3 months ago. Now he was preparing to bury Courtney too. 2 daughters gone in 90 days. But while the family was grieving, police were working fast.
Now, according to APD, a joint fugitive task force was attempting to serve murder warrants for Derek Rankins, the person they believe is responsible for Courtney's murder. The mom of 4 was shot and killed last Tuesday near Cleveland Avenue. Officials say when they arrived at the Stockbridge home, Rankins...
The day after Courtney's murder, the Atlanta Police Department identified their suspect, 33-year-old Derek Rankins. An arrest warrant was issued. The Ring camera footage had given them everything they needed to connect Derek to the crime. But there was one problem. Derek was on the run. For a week, Derek managed to stay hidden. Police were searching for him, and the family was desperate for justice. Where was he? How long could he hide? Then, on August 27th, exactly 1 week after the murder, law enforcement tracked Derek down to a house in Stockbridge, Georgia. Officers from the U.S. Marshals Southeastern Fugitive Task Force surrounded the house. They were there to serve Derek with the arrest warrant. But Derek wasn't going to go quietly. He'd barricaded himself inside the home. When officers tried to approach, Derek made it clear he was armed and dangerous. He wasn't surrendering. Then things got even worse. Derek opened fire from inside the house. One of the bullets hit a U.S. Marshal, an 18-year veteran of law enforcement. The officer was shot in the arm. Thankfully, the injury wasn't life-threatening. and the officer survived. But Derek had just made things a whole lot worse for himself. Hours went by. Officers stayed outside, trying to get Derek to surrender peacefully. They wanted to end this without anyone else getting hurt. But eventually, they made entry into the home. And that's when they found Derek Rankins dead inside. The exact details of how Derek died weren't immediately clear. Did he take his own life? Did something else happen during the standoff? We may never know the full story. What we do know is this: the manhunt was over. Derek Rankins would never hurt anyone again. He would never face trial. He would never have to answer for what he did to Courtney in a courtroom. But he was gone. And for Courtney's family, there was at least some sense of closure, even if justice would never truly be served. When Travis Edwards heard that Derek Rankins was dead, he didn't celebrate, he didn't cheer, but he did feel a sense of relief. Travis is a man who had buried 2 daughters in 3 months. He told reporters that he doesn't wish harm on anyone. But he was glad that Derek would never be able to do this to another family. Never be able to take another life. Never be able to leave another group of children without their mother. There was some peace in knowing it was over. Just 3 days after Courtney's murder, on August 23rd, her friends and family gathered for a balloon release. They wanted to celebrate her life, not just mourn her death. Purple balloons filled the sky. Music played. People shared stories and memories. It was a party, really. And that's exactly what Courtney would have wanted. She was always the life of the party. So her loved ones made sure to honor her that way. But there was one moment at that balloon release that breaks your heart. Courtney's 13-year-old daughter stood up in front of everyone. This little girl, who had just lost her mother in the most traumatic way possible, spoke on behalf of her mama. She looked at her younger siblings, 11, 9, and 6 years old, and told them, "Don't worry, we got you for life." Think about that. A 13-year-old girl telling her younger brothers and sisters that everything's going to be okay, that she'll take care of them, that they'll make it through this together. No child should have to carry that weight. But that's the reality for Courtney's kids now. The community didn't just show up for the balloon release, they showed up in other ways too. Someone set up a GoFundMe to help with Courtney's burial costs and to support her 4 children. People from all over donated, even strangers who had never met Courtney but were moved by her story. When it came time for Courtney's homegoing service, hundreds of people packed the space. Family, friends, neighbors, community members. They all came to say their final goodbyes to a woman whose life was stolen at just 32 years old. Now, this case has sparked a lot of debate online. People have been asking a tough question. Should Courtney have stayed silent about what she discovered? Should she have just ended the relationship quietly and never told anyone why? Or did she have every right to tell her friends the truth? To protect herself? To warn others about who Derek really was? It's not an easy question to answer. Some people say she should have kept it to herself, that it wasn't her business to share, that outing someone for any reason can have serious consequences. Others say Courtney had every right to speak her truth, that she discovered something important about the person she was dating, and she had a right to talk about it with people she trusted. I'm not here to tell you what the right answer is, but here's what I will say. 4 children will grow up without their mother. They'll never hear her voice again, never get another hug, never have her at their graduations, their weddings, or any of the big moments in their lives. A father buried 2 daughters in 90 days. 2 daughters. Can you imagine that pain? A family has been torn apart and will never be whole again. And all of this happened because of shame. Because of a secret. Because Derek Rankins couldn't live in his truth and couldn't let Courtney live in hers. Courtney Reese was 32 years old. She had her whole life ahead of her. She was joy. She was love. She was a devoted mother who would have done anything for her kids. and she's gone. Rest in peace, Courtney Reese. May your memory be a blessing to everyone who loved you. And may your children grow up knowing that their mother was strong, that she was brave, and that she loved them more than anything in this world. If this story moved you, please hit that like button. Share this video to honor Courtney's memory, and subscribe to the channel. Turn on all notifications so you never miss another case. And I want to hear from you in the comments. What do you think? Should Courtney have stayed silent about what she discovered? Or did she have every right to speak her truth? Let's talk about it respectfully in the comments below. Thank you for watching. And remember, behind every true crime case is a real person, a real family, and real pain. Let's never forget that.